This next one is, what is the best way to bring balance to procrastination and avoidance? I'll say that again. What is the best way to bring balance to procrastination and avoidance? So this is the retreating away from the responsibilities.
So this is what I've found regarding procrastination, which is funny because I do a lot, but I've seen myself procrastinate. Sometimes you're not ready for the beautiful idea that's like genius. So procrastination is like a marination, so just tell yourself while you're procrastinating, this is my time that I'm thinking, so not everything needs to be negative, like in terms, so when you're doing nothing, your brain might be thinking. So
yeah, I just write it down. I write down and put the list down in the morning, and I look at it, and the objective is to try to at least complete 80% of that before the day is out. And if I'm not able to, I don't whip myself or punish myself. I'm just going to see if I can get at it tomorrow and try to use your partner or somebody else to hold you accountable.
Yeah. I know what's worked for myself and for my clients is finding what that North Star is. Like, what is that thing that is driving them to want to do that? Like, you've got to be incentivized within yourself to move to a higher potential. Like, you've got to turn that inertia into a force that you're like, I'm so excited to go and do this thing because when I do that, it's going to give me this experience. But if you're not really that, like, it goes back to not necessarily motivation, but this internal drive to get it done. If you don't have that drive and that's not clear for you, then you're just going to be kind of skating around. That's what I would say.
I like that. I like that a lot, what Alistair is saying, because it really highlights that when you're procrastinating about doing something, it means you don't want to do it anyway. And so what has a tendency to happen is, especially if people ask you to do things and then you say, okay, I'm going to do it, but you already know that's not even what you like to do. Now you've added to the pile of things that it's preventing you from even doing the things that you want to do, right? And then you just get into this procrastination phase. So I think that he's hitting something very important, that you can put brakes on it by from here on not agreeing to anything that you don't feel passionate about doing. So that way you can start clearing the queue. So that way you start seeing visually, what is it that I want to do? And as Life, I believe, was saying, to get these notes happening, because a lot of times procrastination is because when someone asks you, or you're going out to do something big, well, it's big stuff. It's not a 1-day thing, a 2-hour thing, and you're done. And again, if you have a lot of things going on and you're even a thinker, this means that your mind knows how many different steps it's going to take to get things done. So finding common interests in things, eliminating everything else, and stop taking on more and more unrelated things. You can do that are not really motivating you to do it, and it's going to be a repeat from you. I think that's a huge insight to getting rid of procrastination. This was a 2-part question. The second part was also, how can one find balance with people on things they can't seem to find a common ground with? And I think we kind of answered that question earlier, because that's still a relationship. If anybody wanted to finalize on just the procrastination or anything that was added after that, but that does tie into what we talked about relationship and using other methods to find common ground.
And what are you doing, to give you your highest joy and excitement in any situation? And it could be the smallest things in life, like even making a cup of tea. Which mug am I going to use? Which tea bag am I going to put in? Which flavor tea bag? It's the small things. How am I moving into excitement in life in every single eternal now moment? It doesn't have to be like, am I going to produce an amazing painting right now? What am I going to do? Am I going to draw? Am I going to paint? Am I going to have a cup of, like, moving from moment to moment to moment in existence in your joy of things that give you joy, because that means you're being authentic to yourself, and only being authentic to self can you reflect that to others.
Awesome.